died and discovered a God existed, what would you say to he, she, or it? 8.
I'd ask God about why there's so much conflict and war in the world on a religious level. After all, if there's only one God, why should there be so much conflict? Why did he decide to create humans the way they are? With inherent sin? Because God created sin. Let's not delude ourselves here, even according to the Bible. He didn't create sin directly, but he created Satan. And he should have seen that shit coming. I think he did see that shit. No, I don't think he did. I don't believe in him, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I'd ask God a lot of different questions. A lot of questions about the world, specifically about society, how it's all fucked up. What he thinks of atheism, actually, whether he himself is an atheist or not. How did he come about to be, too? Because that's one thing. I guess I'd test all the paradoxes on him, too. Could he create a rock so heavy he couldn't lift it, and so on and so forth? See what he has to say about that. It'd be interesting.
What religion is the most dangerous in your eyes today and in the past? 9.
Not 9. Oh, today, I'd probably say Islam. I have a few friends who are Muslim, and they're okay people. The reason I actually say, I don't think that religion is inherently dangerous, just the ideas behind it. That probably sounded weird, I'm sorry. What causes conflict isn't religion, it's hatred and greed, things like that. If you take the religion away, those things still are there. People just need a new way to justify them. But for the modern day, I'd say the Muslims are probably the most dangerous religious group. The Muslim extremists, anyway. You know, regular Muslims, whatever. Cool. In the past, for a similar reason, the Norse paganism, the Vikings, they were cause of a lot of raiding and killing and stealing. They were real badasses too, by the way. I respect the Vikings, but that was them. They used their Norse religion to justify all the war that they mongered, all the death that they caused. So, same token.
Name 3 peaceful religions you have no issue with.
Mormonism, because I've been down to Utah on a few occasions and talked to Mormons there, and Mormons are just great people. They're Christians, but they don't try to force their religion on you, which is nice. They're peaceful. They'll gladly tell you anything about their religion that you ask them. That's pleasant to be around. I would never convert to Mormonism myself because I believe that the mythology is just not objectively valid, just like the mythology of any religion. But yeah, that's one. As for other religions, that's a tough one. So many religions have things wrong with them, I guess. Well, the other thing, too, is I'm not really against religion. I'm just not a very religious person myself. I believe in religious tolerance. So in principle, I don't really have any problems with any religion, but in practice we see religions like Christianity and Islam, like I said, old paganism back in the way old days where it caused a lot of grief. So for my 3, I'm gonna pick 3 religions that really don't cause any grief as far as I know. So Mormonism, Confucianism, and Shinto. Next question.
10. What would it take to believe in a God?
Definitive evidence, conclusive evidence, concrete evidence, of which there is currently none. So, yeah.
11. Would the world be a better place without religion?
I don't think so. Honestly. Like I said, a lot of people blame religion for a lot of the conflicts that go on in the world, but like I said, conflicts are not caused by religion. Conflicts are caused by people, and they simply use religion to justify it. And if you take the religion out, the sparks of conflicts and the anger and the hatred are still there. They'll find something else to justify it. I think the world would actually be a slightly worse place without religion, because we wouldn't have the mythology that colors our history and our ways, our culture, and I really love mythology. So religion can be a good thing.
12. How do you feel about government and politics?
What about government and politics? It's a necessary thing, of course. It's a very tribal thing. We've had it ever since the caveman days, really, when you think about it. I mean, chieftains and even like animals and shit, like wolves have the alpha males, the ants, chimpanzees, any social species basically has a government. But what do I think about it? Whatever, it's a natural thing. It's not always to my liking. Politics, I try to stay out of that as much as possible, because, especially here in America, politics are just funny as hell, in my opinion, because a lot of times the two opposite sides are saying the same thing, or babbling on about shit that no one really cares about. Barack Obama, actually, he's a pretty heroic figure here in America. But he really hasn't done all that much. There was the brush with the pirates in Somalia, but besides that, the stimulus package, not really feeling the effects of that. I predict it'll lead to inflation. I'm digressing though. On the other hand, a few of my favorite historical figures were politicians: Joseph Stalin, Vladimir Lenin, Leonidas, Andrew Jackson. I'm naming off a lot of evil people here, aren't I? Well, whatever. If you think they're evil, fuck you. Next question.
13. If you could go back in time and kill Hitler/Stalin as babies, so they will never kill the millions in the future, would you do it if time travel was possible?
Joseph Stalin? No, I wouldn't kill him. I consider him a Russian hero. He really did a lot for Russia that people don't give him credit for. And, in my opinion, he killed what was needed. He killed a lot, but a lot deserved to die. People accuse him of greed and corruption. He always had Russia's best interest at heart. And the people loved him for it, too. So, I wouldn't kill Stalin. Hitler's a different question. I mean, let's get into the whole time travel thing, too. I had a theory about this, that you can't really change history even with time travel. You can only facilitate it. And there was a story, I think, like a short story, where a man goes back in time and kills baby Hitler, but then the father adopts a new son and names him Adolf. And that grows up to be Hitler. So I guess no matter what you're doing, you can't change history. You can only make it happen. But assuming I could change history, I think I would kill Hitler, just to see what would happen, how the world would be different. I may seem like a very terrible person because I'm overlooking the fact that Hitler killed so many people, especially Jews and Gypsies, and he hated Russians too. I'm a Russian, so it's never scratching my belly. I'm never a very attractive thing there, but I'm willing to overlook that because despite all the Jews, Russians, Gypsies that he killed, we still have Jews, Russians, Gypsies around. It's a very morbid way of looking at things, but there you go. But yeah, I'd kill Hitler. I'd totally kill Hitler. Maybe not as a baby, because I have a problem with killing babies. They can't defend themselves. Maybe I would. I don't know. I'd kill him at some point in his life.